Hello students, and welcome to our today's class. In our today's class, I would like us to discuss about the regression analysis. What we have been covering so far has been the correlation, whereby we said that correlation, it is the measure of interrelationship between variables, where you are given the x values, which actually denote for the independent variable, or which is also known as the predictor, and then you are also given the values of the y, which are also referred as the dependent variables. So we normally use the values of x to predict the change that will occur in the y's. And then at the end of the day, we are going to measure the association between these two variables, whether it is a positive or negative. And if it is a positive or negative, we need to know the degree of that relationship, whether it is a perfect positive or a perfect negative, and whether it is a high positive or a high negative, or whether it is a low positive or a low negative, or if there is no correlation at all. In the regression analysis, it is an analysis that is used now to predict. It is actually used to predict the y values as a result of a change in the x values. So in this case, we are going to find out what will be the effect in the change in x and on the effect of on the y. And then at the end of the day, our interest will be, to come up with what we refer as the regression equation. The regression equation is now what we refer as the predicting equation. The regression equation is the predicting equation, which is now used to predict any change that can occur on x on the value of y. So allow me to say this as I'm going to share the screen, that regression, it measures, or it tries to come up with an equation that we can use to predict a certain value of x and its corresponding value on y. So if I can have something like this in terms of maybe a demonstration. But before we go to the demonstration, it is worth noting that you note that the regression equation is normally given by y is equals to a plus bx. It is normally given by y is equals to a, y is equals to a plus bx. That is actually how the regression equation appears, but not here. A, it is actually the fixed term, also known as the constant. It is actually the fixed variable, which is actually the constant. And then B, it is actually the variable term, which is actually changes as a result of a change in x. And then x, as we all know, it is normally used to denote the independent variable, and y is the dependent variable. So as a result of change in x, what will be the effect on the y? So the key and the most important thing is for us to be able to determine the values of a and the values of b. That is actually the most important part in the regression. If we are able to get these values of a and b, and we come and substitute in this particular equation, then we shall be able to determine actually the regression equation, which can be used in predicting any other change in x on the value of y. So I would like us maybe to have a small demonstration of that, so that we can be able to see how it works. You can be given two variables like this. You are given the values of x and you are given the values of y, where the values of x is that maybe it is 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, like that. Whereas the value of y is maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then you are told you determine the regression equation. So first thing you need to know that the variable b is normally given by the formula. B is normally given by the formula summation of, so let me erase this so that I can start afresh. The value of b is normally given by the formula b is equals to n. B is equals to n, just a minute. B is equals to n summation of xy minus summation of x, summation of y, everything over n summation of x squared minus summation of x into bracket squared. So basically that is how we get the value of b. That is how we normally get the value of b. After knowing how to calculate the value of b, then we can be able now to also calculate the value of a, which is actually given by a is equals to summation of y minus b summation of x, everything divided by n. That is how we get the value of a. So what you need to do here, whenever you are given a question like this, you need to get these values. You need to get the value or the summation of xy, the summation of x, the summation of y, and the x squared. Actually, the moment you have those figures, you are actually home and dry. So we need to come here and come up with a column for xy, which will be equal to 2 times 5, which is actually 10. This one will be 18. This one will be 35. Then this one will be 7 times 8, which is actually 52. Then we have got this one, which is actually 72. So we need to get that. Then we need to have a column for x squared, which is simply squaring the values of x, which will be equal to 4, 9. 5 squared is 25. This is actually 49. 8 squared is 64. Then we are sorted. The moment we have these columns, then we are able to apply these formulas that we have here. But the most important thing, we need to get the summations down here. So let us do all those summations so that now we can be able to apply our formula appropriately. So here for the x's, we have, 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8, which comes to 25. So the summation here is 25 down that particular column. For the other one, you have 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, which comes to 35. Then we have, this one is actually 56, not 52. This is 56. Then we have the summation of xy, which is actually 10 plus 18 plus 35 plus 56 plus 72, which comes to 191. Then we have 4 plus 9 plus 25. Plus 25 plus 49 plus 64. So you find that this value or this total is coming to 151. So if you get now these values, you can come here and you add. You find that B is going to be equal to N is the number of values that we have here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our N is 5. Summation of XY, which is 191, minus summation of X, which is 25, times 35, which is the summation of Y, over 5, the summation of X squared, which is 151, minus the summation of X. The summation of X, remember, it was 25, but this 25, we needed to square it. So you get the value of B. After getting the value of B, you can come back here and you get the value of A. And then you can be able to get our regression equation in form of Y is equal to A plus BX. So basically, that is how you need to go about it. You get the value of B using this formula. After getting the value of B, you get the value of A. Remember, the value of A can only be obtained after getting B. So B must be calculated first in all cases. So thank you very much and be blessed.